The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. In the year of our Lord 1197, 5 Canaanites were sent to the lands beyond the forest to serve those who ruled Transylvania. With their diplomacy, they were granted a city to rule as they see fit. With their strength, they solidified control and protected their domain from invaders. With their knowledge, they ruled for 2 centuries of relative Canaanite peace. But they cannot stop the prophecies, for the ancient war, all but forgotten, stirs afresh. And those whom you have cursed to save yourself shall break free of their bonds at last. Welcome to the Transylvania Chronicles. Welcome to our Vampire Dark Ages stream. We here at McStabber Studios understand that some of the subjects that come up during this chronicle are problematic by modern standards. Our goal is to handle these kinds of situations in a manner that does not directly or indirectly glorify these kinds of actions. While we understand that we are playing in a world of monsters, that does not mean we must be the monsters ourselves. Please also be aware, none of our cast are experts in history. That means there will be some deviations between the real world timeline and the vampiric world. You can go ahead and chalk that up to the Canaanite influence on the mortals around them. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy our story. Yeah, it's definitely all about perspective, motherfuckers. It certainly is tonight. Good evening, everyone. You don't want to know what we were talking about. Welcome to McStabber Studios, Vampire Dark Ages, Glimpses of History. I am the storyteller and totally not sus, Sankey McStabber.
And I am Mama McStabber, wife of the incredibly sus storyteller, and I will be playing Saint Olga of Kiev of Clan La Sombra.
I'm Ginny Van Nash, and I'm playing Peregrine McSalvin, completely not sus at all, of Clan Asimite.
Hi, I'm Beetle Spock. I'll be playing Yi Marchand of the not sus clan Toreador.
Hi, I'm Maddox, one of the members of this incredibly sus community that we are all a part of. Let's not lie to ourselves. And I'll be playing Snatcher of Clan Nosferatu.
Hi, everybody. I am the Ravenous Archon, and I get to play Agustin de la Cruz, who is part of the totally sus La Sombra clan.
And good evening, everyone. We are still in the year 1413. Last week, these Canaanites, they finally finished the task that was set before them by Nova Arpad. They had rescued Elizabeta, retrieved the pectoral, and of course the brooch, plus the 2 gold bands. Did not find the ring. And of course, Nova, being what she is and who she is, was not satisfied with that, insulted the group and sent them on their way. But as we open up tonight, it's been a month since they've returned to the city. And in that month, trade has been drastically reduced with Belgrade. I know at least one of the members has finally noticed the pattern. So as we're going to open up tonight, the group is gathered now that Olga has finally figured out what the commonality is.
Olga takes 2 pieces of paper that are missives from her revenant contacts, sets them down on the table, and says, 95% of the trade that usually stops at Medischitz and Hermannstadt have stopped coming to our city.
That's even more than I thought.
We were in Hermannstadt, though, and we didn't see anything discouraging.
Unless she took offense to us staying at an inn outside her city walls and dispatching the inquisitors without announcing ourselves. Her city gates were closed. We handled the situation and we left. Did not harm a single hair on any of her people. But if these supposed rulers wish to play petty games, instead of ensuring that their cities are secure, that is their folly.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
It's just showing that the R-pad line is disappointing from top to bottom.
Yes. And that Nosferatu prince isn't very impressive either.
Which is a damn shame.
If they behave like that when the Anarchs come calling, they won't hold their cities.
If nothing, that might be a good thing for us then.
Well, we can turn around and chokehold them back as
It's a
well.
double-edged sword. Remember,
Junie,
if
you are
Anarchs get-
super quiet, hon.
Yeah, if Anarchs get stronger, we have a more formidable opponent to deal with.
Well, that is true. We are better united than we are divided. We each have special interests within the governing of the city. We must make sure all of our interests are in peak condition, because they will come. And ultimately, it is going to be how well we can hold and deflect the invaders.
In that regard, I believe Clansmisi will have quite the edge in those cases as well. They love to fortify.
Are good at it. It has been a generation, perhaps with Snatcher's bird friend, we could reach out to the Lupines again. Let them know where certain rabble rousers of our type can be found and lead them in that direction.
It is an idea.
I did have an idea of when they ever come to our walls, I'll have a false map of the city somewhere dropped, and it can lead them to certain places that we want them to, trap them, perhaps.
That is an idea as well.
Present something as a secret or hidden location when it's actually rather well known. Or set up in a way that we catch them, as you said.
But
It can't
first,
be
we
as-
cannot have a standing army if we don't have food.
Correct.
We must resolve our trade issues.
I have been working on that. I have been sending out missives to new people, as well as trying to get established of the old contacts I used to have. So I've been working on that to bring in more food, bring in more produce, and see if we can actually harvest. Plus, as well as we have a fishing village, we will have to turn around to go out there and help them boost up as well. It's not just the trade that we could get from other cities. We need to
It's
boost
the trade
our
that we
cities
can give
well.
as well. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I've also I've
ahead.
had the criminal element pull back significantly, seeing as the city is strapped for things at the moment.
Speaking of trade, and I know that you are so attached to our treasure, Santa Olga, but what if we sent it to Nova Arpad with our humblest apologies for failing her in such a way, and we let it slip to the Inquisitors that there is this fantastic treasure of theirs and where to find it?
How could we alert the Inquisition without bringing their wrath down upon us as well?
That is exactly what I was thinking. The Inquisition is more than just a two-edged sword. It is holding a powder keg that is alight. I would put no faith in them not to go after said treasure and also come here. Because Asaya and other La Sombra in charge of the Roman Catholic Church are not doing a very good job of operating it.
At all.
I dare say it has run amok under their governance.
They thought of actually, haven't you, going into the Eastern Orthodox and, shall we say, putting a hand in it? How would that work? To, shall we say, counterbalance?
I'm already working my way to that.
Because if we could turn around and counterbalance the West with the East, all the other religions can just sit there back and watch.
If I had known this Inquisition would become so powerful, I would have kept better control over the Knights of the Black Cross. I let my influence slip with them, though.
Any way to regain it?
It will take time.
That's all we have is time. Why not start now?
I have a few projects that I am working on with Snatcher's help and my Bruja associate, Dominique.
Well, if you ever need my influence or anything I can do, let me know.
In the meantime, do we have any alternative sources for trade?
We go to the south.
Wait. I feel something. I'm going to use my Caldunic sorcery to see what the fuck's going on.
Okay. That is a relatively simple roll for you.
I don't even have to rouse for it.
Nope, you don't. It is a simple perception occult.
Okay.
Difficulty will be 4. And you can't rouse that one. You cannot rouse your blood to increase your stats for Caldunic
That's
because it
6
knows
successes.
more than enough. The land, when you reach out and grab it, it tells you Dragomir Basarab of the Council of Ashes, Prince of Schasberg, requests entrance and entreats the rulers of this land to grant him audience.
She passes through the land that it is granted and alerts the guards to escort Dragomir Basarab to the audience chamber. We have a guest from the Council of Ashes.
Now, I will remind everyone, you've met Dragomir Basarab once before, as he played out his play of eating his grandfather.
That is also Sherazina's brother, and she has sent Sherazina to co-rule with him.
Correct. Sherazina and him. He is ruler of the city, prince of the city in name only. She generally rules it. He handles Council of Ashes.
Right.
Do you all have anything to discuss while you're waiting for him, or do you wait for him to arrive?
We'll go to the audience chamber and await for him.
You've met him before, and I heard
Yes,
your story. So
yes, we've met him before. He is Prince, what was the city again?
Schasberg.
Schlossberg. He and my child, Sherazina, are actually blood siblings. They co-rule the city together. She actually rules the city. He is the city's representative on the Council of Ashes. He is Zamitzi.
interesting.
And obviously a understanding of the traditional methods of requesting admittance. It's not long before he's escorted, and as you met him before, like most of the Basarabs, long black hair. He's not got the crazed look he had the last time you see him. His eyes are a bit harder, a bit more shrewd. Definitely he has the look of a man in control.
Prince Dragomir, it is a pleasure.
And he bows before you. Princes, lords, and ladies,
Welcome
thank you for
to Belgrade.
For your hospitality.
Of course. What can we do for you?
Well, what you can do for me, we will get to in a minute. I'm not here officially as part of the council, but I think that you should be aware of events that are transpiring. You have made an enemy of Nova Arapad.
Like that is a challenge, but okay.
She has moved before the Council of Ashes to have you removed as members and to have your city taken from you. Right now, Prince Radu and yourselves, obviously, would be for keeping your city. Nova and Mariscu, who also feels slighted, is for taking your city. Which leaves me.
It does indeed.
As a tie-breaking vote here. So you asked what you could do for me.
Yes, now we get to it.
Of course. I will lend my support to you. And also make sure that pressure is applied between myself and Prince Radu to stop the foolishness with the trade.
How is Prince Radu? I have not seen him in ages.
He has relocated from his city, though he still rules Bistriz. He resides in the fortress you built him. He's had a bit of trouble with anarchs, though he still has the same contacts he always has. I'm not sure if it's made him less dangerous or more dangerous.
Perhaps a bit of both.
Weakness to the anarchs is one thing, but the man has too many friends.
So?
Well, here's the thing. I've had quite a bit of time to reconsider my previous actions that led to the death of my sire. I've tortured myself nightly, wishing I could undo that shameful deed, but it can't be undone. But there is one thing I can do, something I can do to make up for this fact. I've heard rumors that certain ungrateful Canaanites, I believe they call themselves anarchs, search for the resting place of the ancient founder of my clan.
The eldest.
Yes. And if they find it, when they find it, because I'm sure they will eventually, they will not hesitate to do unto him what I did to one who created me, and if the rumors are to be believed, what was done to your own founder. But I would like to prevent it. I don't know his resting place, but I have heard here in this city, in your very library, is a tome called the Book of the Land. That book does have the knowledge of his resting place.
Now, where did you hear about such a thing?
I have connections. Now, that particular book, it should tell us where to go. And what I'd like in exchange for my support on the council is for you to go with me and to ensure the safety of the Ancient One.
I would like to suss to see if he's lying.
Okay. You're going to roll, let's see, it's going to be perception something. Perception.
Subterfuge?
I don't know if
To
it's...
detect lies?
The detect lies. Subterfuge is more for lying.
Yeah. Is he lying?
Yeah.
I am a pretty good liar. Is he lying?
Sure, I'll let you roll that.
Okay.
Liar's all right. I prefer the harp.
What's my difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
Okay. I will spend a willpower for a success.
Okay.
I will I can't do both. Okay, never mind. Okay, so that's 3 successes.
3 successes. He appears to be telling the truth.
I weigh your words.
I understand why, given what I did the last you saw me.
Exactly.
I was not in my right mind at the time. That was...
The demon.
Yes.
And also the rush of the act itself.
Oh, I understand now that I was caught in the grips of madness from that tainted creature that seems to infuse this land with the blood of so many.
How is Sherazina?
She does well. You've taught her quite well, actually, better than I think I could have myself. She rules the city quite efficiently, actually, which is why I have time to keep my nose into the affairs of the council.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well.
At the very least, you could check your library to make sure you have the book.
Oh, I'm certain we do, because if we didn't have it before, we do now, I'm certain.
I will point out to you, Gwen, I know you know every book in the library. That book has been in the library since you got here.
Oh, she's not confirming nor denying anything at this moment.
I'm confirming to you so that you're aware. That book has always been in your city.
And she will not say where it's at.
Would you care to have hospitality while we investigate and decide what we shall do?
Of course.
She will look to the guards to say, please arrange for hospitality and provide for his needs.
I thank you. I will urge haste. They're looking. And I'm sure they'll find other ways to find the Ancient One. I'd like to beat them there so that we can make sure this is prevented.
Mm-hmm.
And he follows the guards out, leaving you all together.
Actually, I was going to say, if you're trying to find him hospitality, I just want to quickly read his soul.
Go ahead.
You're going to see something, all right.
Yeah, I see something, but
Let's see.
It's,
Let me pull this up
perception,
real quick.
empathy.
Read the soul. You're going to roll perception, empathy. Difficulty is 8.
All right, it's already on. Don't think farsighted would
No,
apply
not
here,
for
so
read
I'm
the
just
soul.
yeah.
Unless they were reading the soul from way far away.
3.
3. So 3 tells you, well, pale, of course, which is the fact that he is kindred,
Mhm.
obviously. And then you get to know the main color and whether there's any color added with it. His main color is, let me see. I'm trying to find it. His main color is actually orange.
Hmm.
But there's also a bit of a light green streaks through it.
Seems natural. It is somewhat seems very afraid to me. I mean, it's very natural, and though you assisted him once, he still seems to have a bit of distrust to us.
Well, he isn't a total idiot.
And all Zamisi have at least a modicum of distrust of everything that isn't them.
Yes.
I want to know how he knows where all of my books are and what I have.
Because he has someone in place here. I have people in various courts.
I'm going to go through all my books now.
I would be more concerned about him doing what he did to his sire, to this eldest.
That's my concern. Shanky, have I gotten anything recently from either Sherazina or the contact, which is a young revenant woman in the Bessarab line?
Let me make a roll.
Because if he's been making deals with anarchs, Olga may know. As she said, she's got people in courts all around.
He has been doing, from your information, he has been traveling a lot and has not been in Schasberg much at all lately.
He has been out of city quite a lot lately. Traveling.
He's been trying to find it on his own, and he has failed.
Or
So he's coming to us.
Or he is accruing a group of anarchs, allies, and contacts.
I cannot shake the feeling this is a trap.
Oh, of course it's a trap. Just
Would you all,
how... Go on.
would you all like me to retrieve this book in the meantime so we can have it near us? If it's important enough, I know that thieves can pull off some incredible feats if given opportunity and resource. I would hate for someone to steal from the library.
I know exactly what it is. Do you want to come with me? What kind of librarian would I be if I didn't know where all my books are?
I also wouldn't have mind breaking into the library. I need the practice, but Snatcher just shrugs and steps over to Peregrine.
Oh no. I will let you do your thing on unlocking the locks that I have put on it.
Fair compromise.
And Gwen will take him to the library.
Okay. I will finish typing up what I was going to do in a minute. You find the book there. It is definitely there. Its title was, of course, the Librum Terram, written in Latin, but it is the Book of the Land. Looking through it, you find a picture. It's an old church high in the Carpathians. It's part of a fortress. And it says, makes a reference to a great beast who lies in slumber in a cave under the chapel, surrounded by his native soil.
Would this fortress be Zelios built? Would I know that?
By the look of it, it is not.
Okay.
But it also gives you a general idea of where it is in the Carpathians. It's about a week's ride to your east.
Well, I suppose we should return.
Gwen will pull something out of like Snatcher's thing and hide the book into her robes so nobody knows that she's carrying a book. And she will go with Snatcher back to the main chamber. Well, we found the book. And it says exactly what he's at. And she will retrieve the book, open it up, and show everyone else.
Are you going to hide it?
Oh, from him, of course.
Yes.
Why give him the information? I will not hide it from you.
So there
He
is
just-
a book that has been in our library that shows the location of a founding member of the Semitsi clan.
Yes.
How long
And-
has the book been here?
Since we came here.
Hmm.
My pure procurement? Probably not. It may have found its way onto my shelves, but I haven't noticed where it was and I had it locked up.
I hate to ask this of you, Eve, but could you do that thing that you do to the items, to this
Yeah,
book?
see if anyone has tampered with it, I believe. Yes.
I will tell you, if that hasn't been tampered with, someone is tampering with my mind.
How
I
so?
was spirits touch the tome.
Okay, while your spirit's touching the tome, go ahead, Olga.
I feel this compulsion to go and at least see this eldest. And it is not coming from within.
Difficulty
Is it-
Eve.
Is it a compulsion similar in style to, and Snatcher's eyes will cut to the locket around your neck?
Yes.
Yes.
Excuse me, the only way I can properly say this is in English. Fuck.
Gwen translates.
So I will at least be going, obviously.
And where you go, Augustine is quick to follow, and at that point, we
Right.
may as well all have a quick exodus. I do not want to be anywhere near an old one, much less a founder.
No, neither do I. And I certainly don't want to lead someone that may be actually trying to gather up anarchs to do this to him.
We could give him a false copy, send him somewhere else.
No, he's going to travel with us. You can bet your life on that.
He specifically asked for us to go with him.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving the city unguarded.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Leaving the city unguarded. Yes.
While Nova Arpad has sworn against us.
And the Nosferatu prince.
And if we all leave, there is nothing here to protect the city.
Indeed.
Highly a political move that they didn't think we would turn around and figure out quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Because we want his support and his vote. But then again, if you think about it, if he's no longer available to vote, we'd be in a lockstep, yes?
Yes.
Therefore, they can't make a move on us. And we can't make a move on them. Politically, he's actually the pawn we need to remove from the chessboard. Yes?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad we agree on this.
Would they then replace him with Sherazina?
And who's Sherazina's sire?
Do you not see the games I play?
Nova Arpad has her friends. We have ours.
Do you not see the games I play?
Exhausting games. I will not envy such at any point in my own life.
It
I'm
is
glad
about
someone
having
else
the right
plays them.
pieces in the right position to seize opportunity.
And if we turn around and he never made it here. Poor Sherazina, we're so sorry that your brother unfortunately met his end and your...
No, terrible
Long-
accidents can happen on the road.
This is true.
Yes.
There are plenty of mad, wild gangrel running around.
And Inquisitors.
And Anox.
Oh,
So many threats to us.
So many.
And yet he's holding a vote over our head.
Mhm.
As if we would actually listen and apply. And let them take the city
Oh,
we've had
he's
for
the
how many years?
tiebreaker. Mm-hmm.
I had to do
You
my
know.
best not to laugh when he said that Nova Arpad would try to seize our city from us. We have learned from the Zemisi. You only seize what you can take.
And hold.
Correct.
So, all right. Well, I am going to go inform.
I sent you a message, Eve.
Yeah. I was going to, as I kind of open my eyes, pick my hand off the book. It's been in here for 500 years, about, from someone from Canaanite from Rome.
Yeah, it's made of
Okay.
Latin, so yes.
That's all I can glean.
All right. I will advise him we have found his book and have a general location, and we can head out within the hour.
What do we do in place to keep them from walking into our city? What trap do we lay for them?
I can alert my slowly growing brood, but they're not exactly what I would call staples of leadership. But they can watch at least the secret entrances into the city as best they can.
I still
Right.
have my maps that I can forge.
Can you do that in the hour?
Possibly one.
I can assist if you need. I'm a
If you would
scribe.
like. If you would like, I can also attempt to reach out to whatever this generation's long wing is. I'm not certain if he's even around.
Wasn't it short beak or short claw, something like that?
Claw, I believe.
I can tell you this, Nova will not leave her city to take this one. Nova wishes our city taken from us by the council.
Who's to say that the Nosferatu won't try and come in? No offense, Snatcher.
No, you're correct.
That is harder to ascertain.
I will point out from our between-season rumors, Mariska has a problem right now with Morel.
Yes, although I will say she's probably going to have a bit of a problem considering that Radu's Childa is running amok in her countryside and throwing wolves at her.
This might be something we want to help him with.
But I must go inform Dragomir and prepare.
I will prepare my childer and the rest of the guards.
Good. Snatcher, have your brood definitely inform animals to inform us as anything suspicious happens in this city.
Of course. And he'll immediately start reaching down and whispering to various rats.
Snatcher, here's an idea real quick. Fortify the city with the wolves, not the werewolves, the wolves.
The
more
wolves.
of have them watch our city, and they have been watching us, I'm sure, for a while. So that way, they know who to let in, who not to let in, and those to rip asunder.
I also
Wolves
point out
are
you
hard.
are expecting a group of Ravnos too.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Hey, that's actually a great way to defend, is if people just don't see half the fucking entrances and exits.
I think that would be best.
One who
And
owes you a life
especially-
boon.
Yep.
And an especially talented group of Ravnos could make it appear that we have more troops here than
Then
one
it
would
appears.
think.
Mhm.
Exactly. When are they going to come? Do you know? Soon?
In a month, you've started to see some signs they're coming.
Mhm.
We've been doing what we can to put them up in decent housing as well.
Should we warn
Send a
them before we
message
leave?
to them.
I'll say you've already opened up a way to give a message to.
Yeah, we've probably got runners and stuff like that.
Yeah, because their main band hasn't made it here yet, but they've sent some ahead
Mhm.
to make sure that there was going to be a place for them when they came.
And there is. Those who wish to live in the city proper can, and those who wish to live in the outlying villages can.
And you know Anastas is quite skilled.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. Olga will leave the room because she feels motivated to get this on the road.
Okay. And Dragomir is sitting in a richly appointed room that you've had him staying in.
She will knock on the door and then enter.
Welcome, Prince Olga.
Prince Dragomir, we have found the book you mentioned. And it does give a general location that we can navigate to.
Good. Thank you. Are you going to come with me?
Of course.
Please. Before we set off, I ask that you give me a carrier bird that I can send to Shashburg, Vidayish, Bistriz, well, to pass, actually, and Hermdestadt, so that I can send to each of the council members that my vote goes towards leaving your city in place. I figured it is the best I can do is to send that message before we set out, as a sign of trust.
Absolutely. She will speak to the guard, ask for that to be arranged.
And since you've been part of the Council of Ashes, I'm sure you already have birds set to make those trips.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you exchange messages anyway.
Mm-hmm. And we should be ready to depart within the hour.
That'll give me enough time to write the missives.
Excellent. And with that, she will turn and leave.
Okay. Do you look at your locket as you're leaving?
Not as I'm leaving. I'm not going to look at
No, not in front of him, but when you get alone in the building.
Yes.
There is a picture on it. Can't really make it out. It is a man's face, dark hair, slightly familiar to you. It's not clear enough to really identify him, but there's something about what you're looking at.
I thought last time it was a woman's face.
It was, but it's not anymore.
Oh, she is so fucking suspicious of this now.
But the man is, you think it's familiar. I might even let you roll.
Yes, let me roll.
Wits, shit, I don't know. Fuck it. We'll go wits awareness. It is supernatural enough. Difficulty will be 6, but the margin's not going to be low. But you can surge that, obviously.
I am going to.
We will see what you get.
And I get 2 for a surge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can actually surge it all the way up to 6. You can exceed 6.
No,
If-
that puts me up to 6 for my wits.
Okay. You can technically exceed 6. It only lasts 3 turns, but it doesn't matter for something like this.
Okay.
That's where this edition gets buck wild with surging, by the way.
And what's my difficulty?
6.
Okay. I will spend a willpower to reroll.
Okay. Right now you have 3.
That's 5.
5. You have seen this man not long ago in your very city. He came in the company of your sire.
She utters under her breath, Montano.
And you feel a quiver through you.
She closes the locket and goes to prepare
Okay.
her ghouls and such and get her bags prepped.
While she's doing that, the rest of the group, do you all need to have a conversation before we go to break?
I'm just gonna go make sure that the guards are kept abreast, and I'm gonna go to Dominic and have him continue doing what he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, Gwen and I will head to my studio where I still have some not finished maps, and we can make some adjustments.
Okay.
And I'm going to use celerity to copy what he's doing so I can move faster and quicker.
You can also use your maps to better refine the location you're going. The name of the town is Cernog.
Cernog.
Mm-hmm. Because you have better maps than most do. And you found it based on the description. It was in a cut between 2 hills, a fortress with a monastery or a large church in it. And you found it as Cernog based on the descriptions, matching your maps.
Right. And for the ones to, if anyone were to come in and explore, someone uninvited and explore, they would find themselves lost.
This is a Zelios fortress. It has a way of fucking with people who should not be in it. So as you all are prepping to leave, I think we will go to break right here, everybody. We will be back in just over 10 minutes. Actually, I think this one is full 10 minutes for listen to some Carlene.
Oh,
See
Olga would totally have had the missives fucking read before they got sent out.
They were sealed with his wax, his signet ring used with wax. Would you break the wax seal?
Mm. Mm.
A little hot steam and a knife.
As the
slide
storyteller,
underneath it.
assuming competence, you could probably get away with breaking the one to Schasberg.
Yes, I will break the one to Schasberg.
It is just what he said, his stating the position that in the matter before the council, and this one was to Sherazina, that if she takes his place on the council, for whatever reason, she is to back your claim for the city against Nova Arpad and Marisku.
All right. And then Olga would have a small missive enclosed back with it. Says, sorry, I did not trust your brother.
Yeah. Hey, that's valid.
And she would understand.
I'm sure. And so right here, everybody, we will go to break. See you after the break. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, what? No, it's Larry, Moe, and Curly. It's all Larry, Moe, and Curly. And ball bearings. I heard it's all ball bearings now. Old people might get that joke. So
My
before the
balls are
break,
bearing.
they found out that there's a reason for the trade being fucked with their city. And Nova Arpad, the petty bitch that she is, has not only been fucking with their trade, but has moved to have them removed as princes under the Council of Ashes.
Because she's a haughty. See you next Tuesday.
Oh, you can just call her a cunt. And of course, Radu, always, who backs this group because of their shared ties, he was backing them, and of course they backed themselves. Left Dragomir Basarab as the deciding vote.
Mm-hmm.
Dragomir would give them that vote, provided they helped him find where the Ancient One slept, ancient of his line, and proceeded to take him. And so you were off well to your east. About a week, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Close. Give or take. You've got gold horses. You can get there quicker, actually.
We can get there quicker.
You're going to Cernog. It's between two spurs of the Carpathian Mountains.
And we had to have 6 gold horses, so there's even a horse for Dragomir.
That's right. So as you head out, you're a few nights in around the fire.
It'll help me if it's another fucking Malkavian.
No, Dragomir's
All right, let's get the bingo sheet out.
Dragomir's having a
This time.
talk. I'm aware that I haven't had as much time to get to know you all as I could have. I'm just curious where you stand on the grievances that many of the younger Canaanites out there have towards those of us of elder blood.
I am going to give this to you as candidly as I can, Dragomir. Some of their grievances are valid. We are not always blessed with kind and generous sires. I can even say, and she looks to Augustine, our own is not of the kind and generous type.
At all.
I've heard rumors about him.
And they mostly are true. If not understated. Because there's much he does that nobody knows about.
Is it true, though, that he still radiates
Yes.
that uneasy feeling?
He truly believes he is an instrument of God.
He's a madman.
Yes,
Yes.
It's a shame it doesn't also affect him.
I know. He truly believes that what he does is in service to God.
No, if there's anything I've been taught, especially given what regrettable things I've done, don't bring God into this land. He doesn't come here very often.
No, he really doesn't. I mean, the Orthodox Church may claim that he does, but he really doesn't.
They don't look around, do they?
No, they don't. But with your sister, I took a far different approach than what my own sire did. I taught her. I treated her with respect. Because she deserved respect.
Do you sometimes get the feeling, though, that we're just pieces on some giant game board?
Absolutely. But the trick is, Dragomir, to make sure it benefits you.
You have, as you have said, beaten yourself up over the loss of your own sire. Was he good to you?
I am a Basarab. We are bred for excellence. We do not tolerate failure. We do not tolerate less than the best. Anyone who's weak of our line is eliminated before they're given the blessing of the blood. Was he fair to me? I was another Basarab. I had to earn my place, earn the blessing. I killed 2 of my brothers because they did not meet the standards. My sister did. That is the way. So that's why I have trouble grasping how the minds of these anarchs work.
consider this. Some of the young have been embraced simply to serve as a servant or as cannon fodder. And you get resentment when you do that to individuals who think for themselves and realize the injustice and abuses that are done unto them. I am not necessarily advocating for the anarchs. I believe their methods lack refinement and organization, and ultimately will lead to their own destruction because they are basically rabble at this point.
Rabble that seems to have run Radu out of his own city.
Yes, well, Radu was a single Zemitzi.
He does
And
have an
while
army,
he has
though.
friends, they were not in Bistris.
Yes, I know. One of his friends in particular is rather unpleasant.
Which one? He has many unpleasant friends.
Mr. Vikos.
Oh,
Yes.
that cad? Hmm.
He acts more Roman than Zemitzi.
No, he's definitely a creature of Constantinople before it.
Again, as I said, Roman.
It is, yes. Has he gone anarch?
No.
I'm surprised.
The city, I mean, it was sacked once, sacked again. I wonder when it'll be sacked another time. Eventually, I'm sure he'll leave it. You can only stay in a conquered city too many times.
Yes, it is. It had its glory days and it has fallen off.
Maybe once it is entirely rubble, he will move on.
But, and that one is, he is what he is and what he was made to be. He is of the Obertus line. I would not expect anything different.
I heard he even once had contacts among the Tremere. Those damn usurpers.
Wouldn't be surprised. The Basarabs are a family that strives on excellence. The Albertus is a family that strives on knowledge. And sometimes it is better to know thy enemy very well.
It's always good to know your enemy.
But I believe that there are many elders that play their games with the young. And even amongst their peers. But they are alone, and that makes them vulnerable.
I see you also have a newer member in your group. He was not there that night you came to visit me. Did you tell him of what I did that night?
We did.
So you can understand my regret.
Yes.
This is Yves Marchand from France.
France?
Toreador.
We don't see many of your clan here.
We were all surprised when we met him.
I will be honest, I don't understand why not. This is a beautiful land. There's not much.
It is.
The moon rising over the Carpathians is
Stunning.
a sight to see.
I have painted that many times.
What do you feel about, I mean, if you're from France, they've had worse troubles with these anarchs and uprisings in Western Europe than we've had. What are your feelings on the matter?
Out of character. So these uprisings in the West, when did these happen? Were these around?
God, they've been going on for about 100 years now. They've sacked Hardestat's castle.
Mhm.
Your own sire, the courts of love fell.
Yeah, Courts
Right.
of Love fell. Yeah, Western Europe the peasants' revolt is going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's not too dissimilar to what Olga has said. There's just yes, there's going to be those who are sired are going to be cruel, and once an idea to uprise, it will spread. It's just their rationalization. Just it's going to happen. I think it's just we have to find new ways for newer generations to, in other words, tone it down.
That's
So
the issue I see. Sure, the revolt may work in Western Europe. They've always had a lighter grip on things. Here, in the lands beyond the forest, you can't change the rule. Violence? Violence is what we've done for our rule. It won't change. The only way they will ever get real change here, they would have to tear the entire structure down. All of it.
you must not let it then.
That's my goal, is to stop them.
They are blind enough right now that they might see that as their only option. We have to be very careful.
The tighter you grip people, the more they will slip through your fingers. The more that you kick the dog will turn around and bite you back, no matter how much you fed them. Take it from me. I understand their ways of thinking. I don't exactly believe in it, but if you have a free mind and you cage it, how long will it be until they wish to be free again? They will do anything for it.
You rule these lands. You know the lands themselves. Do you think the lands themselves will let anyone stop the bloodshed? No matter what they try.
At some point, change consumes us all. We either roll with the change or we die with the change. The thing is that are you willing to adapt to a new way of thinking and new way of order? Or are you willing to fall asunder?
Well,
the choice is yours.
I'm willing to adapt. I've come to grips with what I've done. I'm looking to make amends I can't bring back grandfather. I can't. Though he is always here. Part of him.
And what does he tell you?
Dark things.
Mm-hmm. Because as soon as you take one into yourself, it gets tainted by your own beast.
And he was ruler of this land. And of the land of a way that, no offense meant, but those not of Zemitzi will never fully understand. You can never be fully part of the land. Even you, Prince Olga, though the land listens, talks to you and speaks with you, and does your bidding, you will never be fully part of the land like us. But in some ways, I guess that insulates you from the madness that seems to grip so many of us so often.
Perhaps it does. Maybe my former domitor saw the potential in me and did the trade of me to my sire for embrace out of benevolence. I doubt it. I think it was to an advantage to do so. But I had served my purpose. I birthed the new Revenant line. The one that currently rules Russia.
So many of those now.
We will see if they endure.
That always is the test.
It is. It is a test for all of us, too.
Even for our kind.
Mm-hmm.
Do we endure? Do we become as the stone of the mountain? Worn away, but always there. Always a firm foundation.
Keep that in mind, Dragomir. Adapt, but endure.
Wow. You've given me things to think on tonight. And here I was, hoping to learn a bit more about you, and now I've learned a bit more about myself.
You say that your family, your ancestry strives for excellence. Then you do not necessarily need to betray the traditions that your ancestors established. You can meet on the road, as it were. You do not need to remove potential simply because it has failed once. But if you then turn and uplift those who have met expectation, I think you'll find that it is far more encouraging for them than if you were to simply accept success. Even a simple acknowledgement from my word to my childer has been enough to keep them on the tracks of what we all would benefit from.
No, my line understands that no one is perfect. We do not destroy all those who don't meet expectations. But there's always a point where you understand the blood is not true in that one, or they will never be able to succeed as is required. And you do not want them to pass on failure in their blood.
I see the anarchs as the exact same mentality without the ancestral culture. For they do not understand, and so they grip the bars, rattle the cage, will eventually knock it off its hook and come crashing to the ground.
That's what I don't understand. Yes, they've run Radu out of Bistris. But what have they gained? They don't rule Bistris. They can't rule Bistris. He still rules it, but he doesn't live in it.
He doesn't have to.
Right. They can't get him out of the tower and the fort that he lives in. A fort which you all actually built. Or at least the foundations of.
It is very difficult to enter that fort without permission.
Yes.
So what are they really accomplishing? As
Perhaps
I said,
it's delaying the inevitable.
They will not succeed unless they can find a way to tear it all down, but even that, the land won't let them.
It's not that the land, what they've done is forced them away from the city. Yes, he's in a tower. Well, I get that. The thing is that they can run the city and all he can do is stay in his tower. He is stuck. They have put him in a political place where he cannot get out of. They have trapped him.
He still runs that city, though.
They can undermine that at any point when they finally do away with his people, which isn't very hard if you think about it tactically.
Well, see, the problem is the moment they settle down in the city, they enter his battlefield.
It's the point. You don't settle down. You run amok until he grows mad and angry. And when you have an appointment who's mad and angry, they don't think very well, and then they are sloppy in their fighting.
The only way they've gotten any successes is by hitting, leaving, moving to the next place. Like the locusts you hear of in the deserts.
Perhaps it is status amongst themselves. Who got someone to run? Who got someone to be ashed? It's trophies.
The problem is that they do not see the race as a whole. They only see each leg as a victory.
Right. while they may win some battles, they will lose the war.
Yeah,
They cannot destroy enough elders to actually take over anything.
no.
They cannot. I think they even realize that. So they are taking their little trophy hunts and little wins where they can.
And all they're doing is pushing the traditional lords of this realm closer together.
Yes. Which is, when you see the bigger picture, what you know would inevitably happen.
Oh, yes.
And they will join together and form a fist that absolutely crushes them.
As I said, it may work out the West, Western Europe.
This is a totally different country.
In this land?
Different land.
Mm. Mm-mm.
This is Zamitsi land. Even I know that. I was born just over those mountains.
And the land knows who rules.
Yes, it does.
As I said, you've given me much to think about myself even. I'm going to go for a walk, to think.
All right.
And he steps out, leaves the campfire, and heads into the woods to walk. Seems lost in thought.
I've never seen one of the Zamisi have such introspection.
They can be quite. It depends on the line. The family that they came from.
And what he's been through.
Yes.
He did not speak of the Anarchs as if he hated them. He just seemed confused by their actions.
Perhaps.
All he's known is obedience. Do this. This is where the bar is. This is what you have to meet. He has never had actual free thinking.
It's also interesting to hear La Sombra philosophy from a Zamisi line.
Oh, the Basarabs are very close. Why do you think I picked Sherezina? She was perfect.
This could also be a side effect of him having eaten his sire and broken his bond.
Very
He's
true.
not swayed anymore by those chains.
Still in there, but not as strong.
Even as I think on it, I don't believe I myself could ever come to hate the Anarchs either.
I do not.
Only one.
True.
And I will find out who he is in time.
Honestly, if you think about it, they are trying to put themselves together to become a force. And in that force, they are unguided, unfortunately.
Yes.
But what if, and this is just a hypothetical, what if we were to maybe extend a hand and give training and education to, shall we say, shuffle off the ignorance that they have? Now, I'm just saying, again, hypothetically, I'm not saying that we would actually do such a thing, but throw them a little bone and saying, we hear you. Here is something you could do.
The main thing with that is, Gwen, as altruistic as that is, and I know it's not completely altruistic, it's also looking to advantage for us as well, it at the same time would bring a creature that you know bites the hand that feeds. It is not wise.
True, I said hypothetically.
Yes, and I
was
understand
just
it, but I just
trying
say
to throw out
it
the
it
idea.
is not, for me, the way I see this going. We are not, no one is ever going to truly consider us anarchs. We are rulers of a city. that thrives. We all have age on us at this point. We are not true elders, but we are not the young anymore. And because of our positions and our influence and what we can bring to bear, we are a potential target for them.
That is why I'm trying to think of how can we eliminate a bit of that potential
I'm not sure we
either
can.
quelling.
I am concerned that these anarchs are so hell-bent that they do not see sense.
Some would
Then-
even kill those who are of little consequence.
Then
Exactly.
would it be wise to reach out to our former allies that are not us, says Magi and the werewolves, to maybe help us fortify our city even more?
My mage friend is dead.
Doesn't
The
mean we
wolf-
can't make new ones.
The wolves are an interesting idea. My only true concern with that is how they would receive it.
Well, we did have a good standing up until whoever, I forgot that person, the crazy one that screwed up our alliance. But we did actually have a decent alliance with the werewolves up until that point. I don't see why we couldn't do it again. And of course, showing our hand, making sure that we had a good alliance and an understanding, maybe that could be part of the army that saves us from all of this Anak bullshit.
When we get back, Snatcher, you and Gwen, see about it. See if they're even willing to parley.
All we can do is try.
It has been at least a generation, so that fury must be at least tempered some.
One can only hope, but the wolf does have good memory, so I can only offer it now a left branch. That's all we can do.
The only thing we can do is try. And if they decline, we respect that. To again show that we respect their mind on things.
Snatcher, I have been meaning to ask you, with your child there, you do not enforce the bond, yes?
Of course not.
And have you noticed that they have turned towards these anarchic thoughts? Or are they still loyal to you?
I have not seen any such behaviors, and they both know that they can each speak to me if they have concerns about their treatment. I find that by leaving myself open to discussion, they are more willing to present me with their hang-ups and difficulties. I will not say there is never discomfort or pushback. I have embraced a vagrant and an elderly woman, two very strong-headed individuals. But they also show me respect, more so because they have both said that I elevated them from what they were. And of course, saved one from an angry mob of Christianity.
Augustine, I never enforced the bond with Sherazina once I embraced her.
Oh, I know. I saw the way you treated her, but Snatcher is the only other one that has a child there here, and I wanted to know.
Mm-hmm. Because I see the error in that way. If she was unfit, I would have destroyed her out of hand, no issue. But she was not unfit. When treated with respect, being held accountable, fostered and encouraged to grow into her power. She excelled, as all La Sombre should.
For my part, my sire never enforced the bond. She respected me, I respected her, and I followed what she told me to do. But I never gave her any moment to question where my thoughts were, but we had a respect for each other.
We are different. That's why I did not ask about our sires. This new breed, the ones that are coming now, those are the ones that we need to ask about. Those are the ones that we need to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
Because they will either become the anarchs that we need to put down, or they will become the allies that stand with us when bridges are being built.
I understand that, but what I am trying to say is I will never sire.
I understand. But you were also sired 400 years ago, and you are very different from what's happening today.
True, but she taught me things that my Domitor, who I was with for over 600 years, did not. And she treated me in such a different way than my Domitor did, that you could see the reflection on it. And if I was to ever do that, I would have treated my child the same way.
No offense to your Domitor, but he was a Bruja. And I am friends with a Bruja, so I understand what that means.
This is true.
There is a reason why the Ventru that was so egregiously rude in our city really took offense when I told him he was acting worse than one.
Perhaps he should have acted better.
Perhaps he should have.
Well, look at his sire.
I know. Trust
If
me.
I never speak to that woman again, it will be too late. I'm sorry, I hold Ventru to a very specific standard. I have seen what true Ventru are. That is
That's
not
okay.
a true Ventru.
When we return, I will send a missive. Just reminding her that I did tell her that she would never forget that we rule.
Trade goes both ways.
Would it be possible to add an artistic motif to maybe the corners of this missive?
I would
she's going to
love
send
an
out?
illuminated page to send it on.
Oh my God, with hidden dicks all throughout.
Well,
You just like the cock, don't you?
Just make the whole filigree one giant dick.
And you know what? Also, you know what you should do? You just make his personal thing. It's all roosters. Mm-hmm.
I can make some, subtle hints that subtle.
Yeah, like a cherub in the corner that has just a gigantic penis.
What are you suggesting? Do a naked baby on the corner?
Is Da Vinci alive yet? No, right?
Do what?
No, we haven't gone to the Renaissance, so I can't make the Sistine Chapel joke. You would be ahead of your time, I think.
Sure, I mean,
you would be remembered for a long time, I think.
I mean, I've done one Michael as Michael, so I don't.
No. We need to work in the Nosferatu heraldry. When she was captured years ago, a Nosferatu wore her face and pretended to be her. That is why we no longer meet in council. We send messages to each other because nobody trusts being around each other. All because she got captured and replaced.
What is the Nosferatu heraldry? Snatcher?
Yeah. It is a shield and an iron mask. A way to cover the visage entirely.
Yes, that is what needs to be illuminated on the page.
I can try to see if that can be done.
You have my full endorsement as a member in good standing with the Nosferatu.
And I have plenty of metallic stuff, metallic paints for you, just to put it even further in.
Yes.
I need to start bringing in clan who are agreeable to my mentality, instead of a pathetic prince who doesn't seem to understand how to properly rule.
Yes, I think I will send a missive to that one as well. That we didn't wish to inconvenience her while we ridded her outlying properties of the Inquisition.
It's like we did her a favor and she's upset about it.
My clan are so rarely in positions of rulership and leadership, and she wastes that.
I mean, we could just take it over and add it to our own. I mean, why not? Sorry, what did I say? I said nothing.
One city feels like enough to me.
Yes, but I am going to go to my wagon now.
So as the night ends, dawn comes and you sleep, you continue your journey. You find the town of Cernog. There, near the town, while there is a path leading to the mountain, you also find a set of stairs. It's a long set of stairs. And as you're climbing the stairs, down below, you see there's actually a path. It winds a bit, leads the same place. But you catch hazy, indistinct figures on this path. There's 5 of them. 2 women, 3 men, one of which is extremely dark, beyond the sands of Egypt. They're wearing clothes you don't recognize, nothing like what you've ever seen. The women are wearing, you'd almost swear they're wearing pants made of an odd material. And they seem to be following that path well below you. But they're hazy. You can almost see through them. Olga, you know the moment you stepped on these stairs, this is not your land. You are not the lord of this land. This land obeys only one.
She looks to Dragomir.
You see that down there?
Yes, and do you feel that?
The land won't speak to me.
No. It is ruled already.
We have announced ourselves.
I look down that path. These stairs are not going to lead us where we need to go.
They might. It doesn't meander like the path below.
Storyteller.
Yes.
If there are any wraiths, are they anywhere near this path or anywhere down towards where the path generally leads?
Give me perception awareness, please.
Certainly. Sorry, my dice are a bit scattered. Didn't realize I'd be rolling.
Difficulty will be 6. I like the standard difficulty for most things.
Are we far away that if I heighten senses, I can hear them possibly?
They're speaking. Sounds like it could be English as spoken in Londinium, but not. Some words, many of the words you don't understand. Their accents are strange. Their use of many words is wrong.
I'll
give it a go.
I'm gonna do one of those lovely things you can do with willpower where you can re-roll a bit. I don't remember how many dice I can reroll, but
3.
yeah, I need to do that.
You can reroll
Otherwise,
3.
I will be fucked. All right. Jesus, that's really sad. 1 success. Just barely. Jesus.
Those travelers down there, they're not spirits. There's only one other spirit you see. It's more of a black mass than anything else.
Is it near the traveling group or just in the general vicinity of
Everywhere you look.
Ah.
And it's watching you.
I'm guessing it's not dark like La Sombra usually are.
No, it's
in a
made
different
of
way.
It's made of a darker. The best way to describe it: fetid decay of a swamp.
Snatcher's also going to be informing you all of this as he witnesses it. And you said it's all around us, Storyteller?
Yeah, you see it. No matter where you look, you see it.
And I can tell that it's also then sees me.
Oh, it's watching you. All of you.
I believe we need to follow the travelers we saw. We saw this for a reason.
You hear a voice. No, they're not here. They don't see these stairs because he doesn't see these stairs. These stairs were after he went to sleep.
Who speaks?
Dragomir looks around. Somebody's speaking.
Yes.
That one will not hear me.
Why?
I have many names, many forms. I recognize some of you. You. Where is your other friend, the one who came to the ceremonies to feed me? Does he sleep now?
Storyteller, is it the whole coterie minus Dragomir who can hear this, or
Yes.
just Olga?
The whole coterie minus Dragomir.
Yeah, Snatcher's going to make eye contact with everyone briefly.
Is he referring to?
Do not worry yourself with where he is. If you cannot sense him, then what we did worked.
For a time.
Yes, that is all we can do, is it not?
Don't forget, I am these lands. These lands are me.
As are many that are on these lands.
You have a fate ahead of you. One that I will not stand in your way. If you take the lower path, you will reach the same place, but you will fail to arrive in time. Even now, taking these stairs, which number 1,236, it will be close. You still may not make it in time.
Well, then quit wasting our time so we can go. And with that, Olga moves forward.
Dragomir, as you're walking, what the hell was that?
That was the demon.
Kapala.
When you say that name, there's a rumble through the hills.
Stop naming it.
I have participated in its feeding. I am allowed.
I know, but stop naming it.
Coppola spoke to you,
Yes.
but did not speak to me.
No, because we sent a representative to work to do the night activities for years.
I have attended Coppola's night as well, and yet it won't speak to me.
You want it to? because I would gladly trade.
Truly,
It's
my
unpleasant.
actions have angered or cut it off in some ways.
Do you wish to be like Octavio,
No,
Oh,
the Malkavian that speaks for that creature?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, well, consider yourself fortunate.
an old Roman.
So you all are heading up these stairs.
Mhm.
I'm still kind of like looking at the other path though, because I'm very
Curious.
Fogs have rolled in.
You can't see.
You catch glimpses, hints of them, of the path. You don't see the people anymore. Does anyone count the stairs you're going up?
Why bother?
Gwen does. 1,236 stairs. Because when you reach the top, the very last stair, the path is beside you. In front of you, a fortress, fallen. This is no Zelios make. This fortress is grotesque. Crenellations are twisted and deformed. Horrible projections of both creatures, skeletons hanging from it, long since decayed. But you can still see the spire of a church, though you don't know how many more years before that even falls. But under the fortress, where these stairs have led out and where the path has come to, there is a cave opening. One where you see those 5 indistinct figures look around and enter. Though Dragomir doesn't seem to even notice them.
I'm moving straight towards the cave.
And as you approach the cave, a man steps out. One you haven't seen in a while. Vladislav the Zemitsi. The one who abandoned your lands and spit upon your favor that you had given him. And I think right here at the mouth of this cave is where we're going to end this episode because we're not going to start this combat now.
If that's what it comes to.
Oh, it's totally coming to that.
That's the man who killed the Ravnos that you had
Ooh.
as lover
Yep.
snatcher.
Okay, yeah, no, he's a dead man.
He's a walking dead man.
There's combat.
Combat.
Olga's
All
gonna
right.
take out the axe and be like, motherfucker.
I'm gonna rip it. Hey, get him into torpor. I'm gonna rip his head off.
And I'd like to thank my viewers and the players. We got 1 episode left this season, everybody.
Woo!
Last week, next week, this season ends.
Yeah.
We will come to the completion of the year 1413. They are here at the cave that leads to Zemitsi's resting place, a place where he was eaten by the Anarchs. And if you watched Kansas City, you know who those 5 individuals were.
Mm-hmm.
A fragment of a memory caught in this time. Because when Zemitsi dreams, his dreams are not like a normal person's dreams.
No.
Tonight, I think I will give everybody, let me see. Yep, 5 XP.
I was about to say, don't be stingy now.
5 XP. You have come to protect Zemitsi, the eldest.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see how that goes. Hope everyone out there enjoyed it. Please join us on our Discord. The cast of this show and the cast of every show you see on our channel comes from our Discord. And I mean, not too long ago, we did a casting call for Queen's Gambit that, 32 people in it. We ended up with about 20 something to fill out the seats. You'll be seeing, Roland will be talking about Queen's Gambit coming up here in a minute. So join us on our Discord. We got a good community. You can chat with the cast of all our shows. We support each other. We talk about all kinds of games. We talk about non-games. I mean, it's a good group. So join our Discord. If you want to see our back episodes, go over to YouTube. You can catch back episodes of Dark Ages. Kansas City, Chicago Hidden City, which is a Chicago game set in Peterson's reign. You can see our Demon, which is coming up. Season 3 of Demon is coming up after this season ends here in Dark Ages. So we're going to be going back to Demon, everybody. Woo! We got the back episodes of that. So if you want to be caught up before season 3, go catch our back episodes of Demon. We've got Wraith, Werewolf, Changeling, Dear God, Mage. There's so much stuff. We've been doing this 5 years now, and we're up at over 500 videos. So, yeah. So join us. If you want to see some D&D 5e or Call of Cthulhu, go over to Ishvel. That is the channel for our lovely British keeper, Tiss, Dr. Tiss as we call her, because she is actually a doctor. You can catch out all the sus cultist shit that goes on over there. And maybe eventually we'll get to see Urani die. Sorry, the librarian get murdered. That's the hope. The cobbler didn't count. It's got to be the librarian. If you want to catch some amazing content creators, one of them right over here, Ravenous Archon. Tell everybody what you got going on.
Hi, everybody. You can catch me here being a lovable scamp of a Lasombra every Wednesday when we do our Dark Ages game. You might be able to see me in some other games on Wednesdays, but you can catch me in front of or behind the screen on Fridays as we go into our Queen's Gambit run. I am trying to get back into streaming on my own channel, but it's got to be a slow process because of outside forces. But once that happens, you'll know.
Yep. He'll get back. Otherwise, you'll find him here. Matter of fact, wait till Mama McStabber over there tells the schedule, because you're going to see him here Friday. Guess what game? You'll see. Junie Von Esch, tell everybody what you got going on.
Trying to rebuild my computer. So long and the short, everyone, my D drive decided to meet the tech gods. I have a new D drive, and now I have to turn around and rebuild said D drive so I can stream again on my own channel. But meanwhile, while I am not there, I am here, not only on Wednesday until such time as not, Fridays for when the werewolves come in, because I may or may not be doing storytelling for werewolves. Saturday, I will be here because I'm running a game with certain people that are in this channel. And eventually I will be back on Ravenous's channel causing a little bit of chaos. And actually I'll be starting a game next month on Ree's channel for Mage as a Techno Verbena.
He's on our friends list. You should check out Rerolls, because you'll see Mama on his channel on Sundays and Call of Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they keep killing off Amos and variations of Showtime Demon, but Mama somehow keeps ticking.
I know. Craziness.
It's all those good choices.
It's the gun. Mama's got the gun.
I've got the guns. But yeah.
Yeah. And the money. Her superpower is money.
Her superpower is money. She is fucking rich. But yeah.
She buys extra sanity. Yep.
No, she doesn't.
Down there, I know we don't have you on the friends list because you're not here, as you don't Twitch stream, but Beetle Spock, Yves Marchand, let everybody know where they can find some of your stuff, because you do have stuff out there.
I have a couple things out there for D&D third-party stuff for DM's Guild I have contributed to. One is for the Domains of Dread that can be used in like stuff like a Trista Straw type campaign, or Domains of Delight for something more Feywild. So that's under Nick Didato for the author. So if those are what I've contributed to, well, I'll try to find more projects in the future, because that's always fun.
And Snatcher, let everybody know what you got going on. You're going to be on Friday too.
Yeah, you'll find me in a Redacted Fridays game. I'll wait for the full announcement for that one. You also, of course, see me in Chicago Hidden City as a Tremere. So don't worry, everyone picks on me all the fucking time. I don't deserve it. I haven't done anything wrong yet. Give me time.
Hashtag call him Titty.
Call him Titty.
I was waiting for that. You can also find me as the Changeling storyteller every so often on Wednesdays when seasons are running. I have a mercifully long hiatus for me to get my shit together a bit, so that's nice.
You got to get ready, because Demon ends, and it's either you or Ravenous Archon coming back with Mage when Demon's done. One of you two, step up.
I have a foundation. I have a plan. I have a structure. It's just, will it be enough
Nothing is enough with that crew.
To let go.
for a bunch of changelings? Who, by the way, all changelings are Malkavians. If you try hard enough, it is very hard to wrangle those fuckers.
Excuse me. That is a lot of people. That does not include me. Okay.
Mm.
Oh, see yourself at the door, sir.
I did post the merch link.
Uncle Oski there,
Uncle
who had a
Oski.
wife he didn't know about.
Marigold.
Yep. But
Is
you have
that
to watch the
something?
Changeling on our YouTube to find out what we're talking about, because that came
Yeah,
out in our
check out
YouTube.
Stained Glass.
She's so awesome.
Yep. So check that out for sure. Check out our merch. Go to our merch store. You all know the thing. We don't make much money on it. We don't even push it that hard, to be honest. Go over there, sign in, get your camp, wish your motherfucker would camp counselor t-shirt.
Yeah, make sure you signed in for that because I had to list that as adult because it had a swear word on it.
Yeah. We'll add more
what?
merch eventually. Maybe not. I mean, let's be fair. We're not a big merch selling group. So
No. We
you know.
did it because people requested it. That's
Yep.
basically it.
that's because Lamar kept saying it and everybody wanted to have it. So, we put it up there. If you want to support the players, bits and donations, they go to the players, not to the studio. You want to give something to the studio, of course, subscribe here on Twitch. At least you get no ads. That's nice. Or pop over to our coffee. Or if you're watching on YouTube, nice free way to support the channel. Like the video, comment on the video, hit the notification icon, subscribe to the channel, all that good shit. So, Mama McStabber's red hair, that's on Saturday night.
That's on Saturday nights. I have wigs for all my characters.
We have a wall of wigs in the
Wigs for
studio.
days.
Wall of wigs, and I still don't have enough places to store all my wigs.
Yep. I need to get more wig forms and hang up more wig wall.
Uh-huh. I need like a whole wall.
We've got enough wall in this studio. We can put more wigs. And little known fact, when you put stuff like that on the wall, it is sound absorbing because it bounces sounds better and it reduces echo.
Yeah.
So the wall of wigs. And now I can turn it over to my lovely wife. She can give us the schedule because boy, are we busy.
Yeah, we are. All right. So thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight for this session of Vampire the Masquerade Dark Ages. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yes. Shade and sus-ass shit abounds. But anyway... Coming up over the next week, we have Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Join Shanky. And at this table, it's going to be Ravnos Archon and Maddox at that table at 8 p.m. Eastern as we kick off Chapter 2 of Queen's Gambit with Wraith. That's right. We left on a bit of a cliffhanger with vampires. You'll see them in a few weeks after all the other splats get their first 2 sessions in. So next up is Wraith the Oblivion. Check it out, y'all. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be dark and twisty and oh my God.
If you have not watched Wraith before, you don't know much about it, you've got 2 days. You can watch some of our Wraith Life Derailed that is on our YouTube channel to give you some background. But otherwise, if you don't know what you're going to expect, be ready for a dark ride.
Yeah.
It is a heavy game.
It's a heavy game because you're literally playing the embodiment of emotion.
And since this is a 3-shot, I'm going. There's not even gloves in the drawer. They're not even coming out of the drawer for me to take off. Just saying.
Yep. So that is coming up Friday. Then Saturday, you get a twofer. You get Call of Cthulhu at 3 p.m. Eastern with Tiss and her amazing crew of miscreant investigators as they do all the sus-ass shit in London Esoteric Society. That is Call of Cthulhu 7E, set around the Victorian era of London and surrounding environs. You want to check that out. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern, Junie here is running Vampire V5 Chicago Hidden City with myself and Maddox and that as well. We are just all over the place, aren't we?
We need a break.
Yeah,
We do this to ourselves, but we
do
need a
this
break.
to ourselves.
Get a Snickers. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
I overcommit all the time. But yes, so that's at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm fucking loving that game. Anyway, and And then on Sunday, you can check me out at 5 p.m. Eastern on Reroll's channel because I'll be playing Call of Cthulhu there. We are playing, I always mispronounce this, Masks of Narlatep, I believe is how you say it, or Naharlatep. I can't pronounce it. Yeah. But so we're doing that. And right now we're in New York. There's some sus cult shit going on that, is murdering people. And we're trying to save a guy that's been falsely accused. And it's a great story. It's a great freaking story. So join us at 5 p.m. on Reroll's channel for that. And then, of course, we'll be back here on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern with the finale of season 4 of Dark Ages.
For those that don't know the history of Canaanites and didn't watch that Kansas City episode, next week is the Diablerie of Zemitzi.
Something I honestly don't think we'll be able to stop.
It's one of the signs of Gehenna.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder why Montano wanted me to witness it.
We shall see.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see.
The plot thickens.
Who would have thought a necklace that Snatcher got 2 seasons ago?
I found it randomly too, didn't I? Like it was just in a pile of shit.
Mm-hmm. Would have an effect 2 seasons, 200 years later. I have a feeling that docket is going to be its own influence on history. So, as always, everybody, please take your mental health seriously. Take the mental health of others seriously. Check in on those around you. Make sure they're okay. A lot of people are not, especially as we're leaving the summer months. We're getting into shorter days, where the shorter days affect a lot of people. And I also want to say, for those, before I get any further, for those that are in Florida and in the path of this hurricane, please be safe.
Please evacuate. Please
be safe.
It is better to evacuate and not have needed to than to stay, and you should have left.
Yep. That's part of mental health, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need the mental strain of being caught in a fucking hurricane.
You don't.
Because that is mentally taxing. So if you suffer from mental health, take care of yourself physically, emotionally. Reach out to your support network. If you don't feel you have one, in chat's a list of numbers you can call or text 24 hours a day. And I urge you that if you are in crisis, definitely contact one of those numbers. If you're not in the U.S. or you watch us on YouTube where you can't see the Twitch chat, you can go to findahelpline.com, put in your country of origin, and get the support lines for your country. Because I'm telling you, mental health is health. While it's okay to not be okay, we want you to take care of yourself. And now I can turn it over to my lovely wife for her portion of the outro.
Yes, and just to clarify, everyone, I did bump the Monster of the Month game that was scheduled for tomorrow to next week on Thursday because half of my cast for that session lives in Florida and I want them safe. So we are not streaming tomorrow to make sure that they
stay
can
in their homes and stream.
You can you can leave if you need to leave. Okay, please. Your safety is more important.
Make them stay in their homes and stream. Who do you think they are? The McStabbers?
Exactly. Please. We don't expect this level of dedication from anybody. But we're only perfectionists with ourselves. But but seriously, everyone, do take care of your mental well-being. And please take care of your physical well-being. Those of you in the path of the hurricane, because it's not just Florida. It's even states surrounding, and please be careful. Please be careful and follow the guidance of your weather service and the National Weather Service. Please, 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 because stuff can be replaced. Lives cannot. Okay? And I know that's hard to accept sometimes, but stuff can be replaced. Lives cannot. Also, make sure it is now time to get flu shots. Get your fucking flu shots. Get your COVID boosters. For real. As we are working into fall and working towards holiday seasons, people start gathering. And guess what spikes again? Flu and COVID. So yeah, make sure you get your fucking shots, please. And take your meds, drink your water. Get some sunshine when you can. It's been stormy all to fuck for like a week and a half here. I'm fucking hating life. But but yeah, get some sunshine when you can. And make sure you're registered to vote. Check your registration if you live in a Republican state because they are fucking around constantly. You need to check it every week leading up to when you can vote. And as soon as you're able to vote, early voting, mail-in voting, whatever, you need to do it as soon as possible because we need to not delay. We need to get in action, get moving, and make sure that we get Democrat-controlled House of Representatives and the Senate and get Democratic presidents and vice presidents so that we can actually get some shit done. Okay? Because Republicans are legit just an obstructionist party and independents never have enough sway.
We are 1 week from the end of the federal government's budget. They still haven't passed the fucking budget, which means I am 1 week from going back on fucking furlough again. Because they can't pass a budget.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Their basic job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So literally, that is the primary job of the House of Representatives, to pass a fucking government budget. That is their primary job.
They could do nothing else and pass the budget. And technically, they've done their job.
Right.
But they can't even do that.
Yeah. That is like the number one priority of the
Oh, they passed one tonight. Has it made it through the Senate yet?
That's the CR. Yeah. Yeah, well, I know they took out the SAVE Act because, y'all, that SAVE Act was legit, not just trying to prevent illegals from voting. It also was trying to prevent married fucking women from voting.
It's trying to make something that was already illegal.
Right. And trying to take away votes from married women. For real. Look it up. Look it up. Yeah.
All you single ladies,
if your
all you single
ID
ladies.
doesn't match your birth certificate, guess what? You can't vote. How many married women have changed their names? You would have to have a passport to show that you had a name change. That's a voter tax. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what the SAVE Act was doing. So they took that out. So hopefully that's the one that passed. But yeah, so, oh, don't get me started on fucking Republicans right now. But anyway, make sure you vote. Make sure you're registered to vote. Check your registration. It is super important. We have got to have not just a blue wave, not even a blue tsunami. We need to fucking overwhelm them. Said with love.
And I do thank you all for coming for this wild act here. One episode left. Will Zemeetzi get eaten? We'll find out. Good night, everybody.